So yeah, we do several things to provide transparency to our clients or borrowers. We have a bit of a name as the most transparent or the most responsible company in the space. They used to call us a few years back the boring Canadians, but after 2022, being boring became a very positive thing.
You're listening to Kerry Lutz's Financial Survival Network, where you get valuable information you just can't find anywhere else. To thrive in today's trying times, you need the Financial Survival Network, now more than ever. Go to financialsurvivalnetwork.com and get your free newsletter and gift. Financial Survival Network, now more than ever.
And welcome. You are listening to watching the Financial Survival Network. I'm your host, Kerry Lutz. And hey, we're second to last week of August and things are racing by, but the world waits for no one. And well, hey, it's just in Vegas for a weekend to go see a concert and meet some friends. And it rained the entire time I was there, which was actually a good thing because instead of it being 100 degrees, it was 80 degrees, a little humid, which is unusual for Vegas if you've been there in the summer. But hey, innovation continues. Probably no place where innovation is taking hold faster than in the crypto sector. Mauricio Di Bartolomeo is with us now, and his company, and I hope I say this right, is Leadin. And hey, Mauricio, welcome to the show. So Leadin Private Wealth, Leadin Capital. Tell us what exactly you do in the crypto space.
Hey, Kerry, thanks for having me. Sure, and happy to tell you about what we do. So our product, our flagship product, is very simple. We issue dollar loans backed by Bitcoin collateral. So that is a product that gets you dollar liquidity without having to sell your Bitcoin or create a taxable event. So the main benefits to this product is that you get the dollars you need and maintain ownership of your Bitcoin. So you get to keep the upside of the asset appreciate while you have the loan. By taking a loan and not selling, you're not creating a taxable event. So in most jurisdictions, that is advantageous from tax perspective. Then you can repay the loan and get your collateral back. That is the product. We've been doing this since 2018. We've processed thousands of these, almost $600 million worth of these loans. And the other product that we offer is the ability to earn interest on both US stablecoin, dollar stablecoins. That's how we finance the Bitcoin-backed loans. So we pay 9 to our depositors. We charge 12.9 to the borrowers. And you can also earn interest on your Bitcoin. So passive income on your Bitcoin. So it's all things lending and borrowing for Bitcoin and stablecoins.
All right, got it. So, okay, well, any collateralized lending, especially for a digital asset, person's going to wonder, how do I know my collateral's safe? How do I know the company is not going to blow up and I lose all my collateral? You must have some type of trust arrangement to secure the collateral.
So yeah, we do several things to provide transparency to our clients or borrowers. We have a bit of a name as the most transparent or the most responsible company in the space. They used to call us a few years back the boring Canadians. But after 2022, being boring became a very positive thing. And
boring is the best.
Exactly. Boring is sexy again, as we like to say. But in 2021, it was a hard pitch because back then we were telling people when other companies were introducing new tokens and new ways to speculate, we were introducing proof of reserves. So proof of reserves is a process whereby we bring an accountant to Leadin every 6 months to verify the assets that we have on behalf of clients and to verify where those assets are in our accounts and our exchange partners, lending partners, custody, etc., banks. And they verify that we have more than enough assets to cover our client liabilities. They produce a report. The report is made available to our clients. This happens every 6 months. Our next one's up in October. And the other thing that we do is we produce what's called the open book report. So all of our clients, when they log into our accounts in their growth account dashboards, or you can check this out at our blog as well, every month we publish how we are utilizing the assets at Leadin to generate the interest that we pay out. So for example, on the USDC side, we will show you how much or what percentage of those dollars are being deployed to finance our Bitcoin-backed loan book. And the Bitcoin side, we will show you what percentage of each of that pool is lent to each institution and how many institutions are actively borrowing from that pool. So our clients can see both how we are accounting for the assets, how we are utilizing the assets, and they can basically make their own decisions with that information.
Okay. So this is audited, these reports?
It's not an audit. It's called a proof of reserves attestation, and it's produced by a group called the Network. They are a certified public accountant. But again, this is not what's called a full audit. That's something that we are planning to do further down the line. But today, it's a proof of reserves attestation, and it is the ongoing open book reports that are available.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So, how is business, by the way?
It's good. I mean, it's you've seen what happened in the markets last year. 2022 was a year where a lot of our competitors, unfortunately, who were doing a lot of irresponsible things and acting recklessly, they went under. And by virtue of that, they were unfortunately took down a lot of client assets with them. And there were, up in 2022, there was about, I want to say there were about 7 or 8 venues or platforms where you could go borrow against your Bitcoin or against your digital asset. Today, there's basically us left. There aren't that many places left to do this. And the reality is that these products are non-discretionary in the sense that you don't wake up in the morning and say, today is a great day for a loan. A loan, you take a loan because you need a loan. And the reasons why you need a loan don't necessarily change day to day, or they don't change because of a particular event occurred, like say FTX. So for example, a person that was Bitcoin wealthy 2 years ago and needed a loan to buy or a property or to diversify away from Bitcoin, and that platform is no longer there, they will not stop needing a loan. They still need a loan this year. And so we're seeing a lot of the demand concentrate back to Leadin. And we are becoming the leader. We are the leader in this product offering. And so it's something that we are, we're not happy that these bad actors cause so much pain and damage to people. But it is great to see that these people are no longer in the industry. And so a lot of the volume and the flows are concentrating back to the good actors. And I'm very bullish and optimistic on the future of this industry and of this particular product. Mainly because I'm from Venezuela. So I'm from the part of the world where you cannot get you can't get a single-digit dollar financing loan for a house. Mortgages largely don't exist for the not extremely wealthy people outside of the US, Canada, Australia, maybe the OECD countries. And now with Bitcoin, I can give somebody a loan in Colombia at the same rates that I'm issuing a loan in Canada with the same level of service, with the same treatment. That couldn't be done before Bitcoin, and that will change the world.
Okay, so places like Venezuela is not exactly known to be the freest places on the planet, for sure. So is the government trying to stop you there? Have they taken any steps to restrict you, or can they even do it?
So in many countries, there has been no effort to put in a framework for regulating offerings in crypto assets. So for example, even in a country like the US, you're just starting to see a framework emerge for some of these services, similar in places like Canada or different parts of the world. And even when these frameworks are emerging, they are emerging for a particular activity. So for example, in Canada, they have a great framework now for trading platforms, but they do not have a great framework for lending offerings. So what that does, and the way we adapt the regulation, is when a product or a particular service is regulated in a particular country, we have to go make sure that our product abides by those local regulations. In the countries or places where there is no regulation yet, it's not as restrictive today, because again, the rules have not been laid out today. So in a place like the other thing that you have with a country like Venezuela is that it has an illegitimate government. So you could even question, I would question deeply any type of legislation coming out of that body. Because again, it's an illegitimate body of government.
Okay, well, we could get into that. So this is the great equalizer. Yeah. And all right, so how hard is it to set up an account?
It's very simple. It's you can register an account with Leadin in under 2 minutes. The services and products that are available to you will largely vary depending on the jurisdiction that you are in. So, for example, in a place like the U.S., we can offer our dollar loans backed by Bitcoin in a number of states, not all of them, but a vast majority of the states, or a number of the states. I shouldn't say a vast majority because it's about half. In Canada, same thing. We can offer Bitcoin-backed loans, broadly speaking, to most provinces. But for example, if you are in a country like, anyway, most of Latin America, I would say, without naming a specific country, would have access to our Bitcoin-backed loans, our B2X loans, our yield product to earn passive income on both your stablecoin and your Bitcoin, BCNs, and a plethora of other services that we have. But again, that varies depending on where in the world you are. But setting up an account, it takes under 2 minutes. Anyone watching or listening can go to Leadin.io and set up an account.
Very cool. So it's easy to do, huh?
That's the beauty with digital assets is, for somebody in where I grew up in Venezuela, if you are a person that lives in a smaller city, there are no bank branches in your smaller cities. Sometimes you have to travel 3 to 4 hours to set up an account in a financial institution. It's very difficult to have access to both physical or digital banking infrastructure in a lot of Latin America. And
right.
What digital assets have done is that now everybody with a phone can open an account at Leadin and have an address where they can receive dollars from anywhere in the world, because now anybody can send you a crypto asset, a stable coin, and you can receive that into your account. You can already start earning interest. You can start making payments internationally. And so it connects you to a wealth of services of much higher quality in a much faster way, and gets to people that are in remote locations because all you need is an internet connection.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. All right. So where do we go? How do you set it up?
So to set up an account, you would go to Leadin.io. At the top right-hand corner, you will see a button that says sign up, and you can click and sign up. We are a centralized entity, so that means that we have to go through the know your client process. So you will have to provide your personal information, a copy of your ID to get through the process. That should take you about 5 minutes to complete. Our team should review and process that within about 24 to 48 hours. You will receive a note that your account has been approved. Once your account is approved, you can log in and you will see the addresses to fund your account, either in stablecoins or in Bitcoin. And once your account is funded, you have access to the products that are available to you. And if you have any questions about anything that is on the platform or what is available, you can email our team at support@leadin.io. We get back to clients within hours, less than an hour most of the times. And our team is fantastic at helping people get set up.
All right. Excellent. Well, it sounds very innovative, and I'm sure it's for some of you out there, it will be very useful. That's where you get to keep have your cake and eat it too effectively, obviously for a fee. Nobody's in this for nothing, and sounds safe. Appreciate you coming on, Mauricio. There's a link to Leadin in the show notes to this interview on financialsurvivalnetwork.com. Make sure you click it. While you're there, sign up for your free newsletter. Mauricio, been a total pleasure. Good luck. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Kerry.
Thanks for listening to Kerry Lutz's Financial Survival Network, your solution to today's trying times. For the latest, go to financialsurvivalnetwork.com. Financial Survival Network, now more than ever.